Couple more minutes with Rich Franklin hanging out. It's Rich and Jeff and JT. Go to AmericanFighter.com. Get more information on a whole bunch of stuff. The Real American Fighter program benefits disabled American veterans. They've got a local outlet for all your wear and stuff you'd like to purchase. It's Cincinnati Karate, correct? Cincinnati Karate in Blue Ash. And I'm looking on AmericanFighter.com or looking on DamageWare.com. You have arrived. You have an action figure, a Rich Franklin, Ace Franklin action figure. That is cool.
JT said, you know you're somebody when you have an action figure, and I said no, you know you're somebody when you make a movie and they make an action figure after your character in the movie. I'm not even close to that.
Now, see, you're much younger than me. When I was growing up, we had G.I. Joe and we had Big Jim. Did you ever have a G.I. Joe or a Big Jim?
I had tons of G.I. Joes.
Really?
Yeah, well, you probably had the big G.I. Joes. No?
Yeah, well...
No. Mine were like the 3 to 4 inch G.I. Joes, the little ones.
What the hell are you talking about? 3 or 4 inch G.I. Joes?
Yeah. The little...
Oh, you buy them out of a gum machine? Where do you get? What are you talking about?
They were the little plastic ones. They come with guns and everything. It was like yours, but like about 1/10 the size. We had the G.I. Joe base, the jet, all that kind of stuff, man.
Like sand buggy. Did you ever have the sand buggy? The yellow?
I had tons. I don't even remember.
Well, now this is cool. There's an Anderson Silva one and Rich Franklin. That is cool. See, I want a Rich and an Anderson Silva. And then I'd like stomp Anderson Silva.
That's so funny because I got those two and I do that all the time, and I text Ed, Anderson's manager, and I said, it's so funny because every time that the dolls fight at my house, Rich Franklin wins. So he was laughing.
That is great. Look on DamageWare.com if you want to check them out, if you want to pick up a Rich Franklin action figure. Now, now I'm hearing you've got sunglasses coming out with your name on the side. You got
everything. It's news to me.
That is cool.
Yeah.
So it's news to you. You're going to be somewhere soon in Columbus, and it's news to you. You got some. What else? Shoes are coming out. They can have your name on them. Name on the side. American Fighter shoes.
I won't
that
wear
would be cool.
I don't wear things with my name on it. That's the problem.
See that.
So every time American Fighter does a shirt with my name on it, they have to make a couple special ones without my name so that I'll wear it.
Yes. Understood. You know whose birthday it is today? That you were listening on the way in. If you were listening closely, you know whose birthday it is today?
Is it Tiffany's?
35 today.
Is she? You know what? I better text her and say happy birthday then.
Yeah.
She might be.
Brought her here.
She might be upset if I
call in. We could have sang happy birthday to her.
Yeah, I don't know if that's appropriate to do on the air or not.
Happy birthday to her. Pete Rose once called in when I was in Chicago working on radio with Norm Van Leer. He used to play for the Bulls and the old Cincinnati Royals. He had Pete call in on my 30th birthday. Pete Rose called in and sang happy birthday to me on the air and had everybody in his restaurant in Boca sing happy birthday with him.
That was cool.
Huge.
That's pretty cool.
That might be bigger than an action figure.
That's probably bigger than an action figure.
I don't know. Actually, because you can do
well, too bad it's not an action figure with a ripcord that could sing happy birthday.
Now, that would be very good. That would be the ultimate action figure.
And as long as it wasn't my voice, then it would do a good job because I am not a singer.
Now, as you mentioned that point, do you remember Stretch Armstrong?
Oh, yeah.
He was the action figure whose arms would stretch like 12 feet out and then they'd like fold back.
Yeah, he was a little before my time, but
I'm old.
No, just a little bit. But I remember my brother had one. I remember having one at the house. It was like a hand-me-down toy that I played with. Yeah.
Am I correct? Somebody emailed and said they believe, on a serious note, they believe you have 3 more. Is it true? Do you have 3 more fights on your contract?
2.
2 more. Okay. Yeah. All right. So do you? You're 34. How old are you?
34.
34. Do you think are there moments during your day or at night or when you're napping? Do you
every day
think of when the retirement?
Yeah.
When it's done.
I have ton. Here's the funny thing. Is that when I was 24 years old, that I live, breathe, eat, sleep, nothing but fighting. That's all I wanted to do was train. First guy in the gym, last guy out of the gym. Now that I'm 34, I have a training session. If my training session is 2 hours, 11 to 1, I show up at 11. I'm out at 1. It's a job. And so I have other things I want to do during the day and whatever. I come to my training sessions, and really, training all that extra time, it does you no good. You have to train smart, and you learn that as you get older. You don't train harder, you train smarter. So, yeah, I mean, I think about it all the time. The problem is that there are days where I'm in the middle of training for a fight, and I wake up and I say, God, why am I doing this? Why do I several times in Seattle when the temperature was below 20 degrees and there was snow on the ground that I got up and I ran before I had to be at the gym. And you're out there running and you're freezing and you're just thinking, why do I do this? Why? But then here I am this week, and I'm already getting antsy, and I'm ready to get back into the gym again. So I know that I'm not at a point where I'm ready to give it up. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I know it's coming, and I'm at a point now where I'm interested in doing other things, not for a job, and the things that I am interested in doing really aren't going to pay me, like playing drums. So, because I'm not that good, you know.
JT, Rich Franklin drums. Put his name on the side of them. Put his face on top of the drums. And,
you know what? I like the sonars that I have. It's a good kit. My buddy Jason got them for me, but yeah. So I don't know. And I think about it all the time. I always pictured myself retiring like 36, 37, something like that. And I'm more of a stand-up guy. And I think this sport lends itself well to the older athlete, but even the older athlete who favors wrestling, it does even better for. Like the Randy Couture's, as a stand-up fighter, I don't think that. I think that by the time I'm 43, I'm going to lose some speed and stuff like that. So I don't picture myself being in this sport for another 9 or 10 years. Yeah. Maybe 3 more years or something like that. And actually, this loss is good because it's kind of really fired me up a little bit and motivated me. And I guess that's the one thing that's really come out of this. But no, to the follow-up question, this would be, what are you going to do when you retire? And people ask me
what are you
going
to do when you retire, Rich?
That's a good question, my friend.
Play your drums, wear your sunglasses, and play with your action figures.
You betcha.
Movie star.
Yeah. You know what? I'm 34. People they like young action figures, like the Bruce Willises and stuff like that. I see these guys they're like 22, like Hollywood actors. I'm too old. I'm getting too old, man. Too old. I'm not. I don't want to kid myself, you know.
Yeah. Before I completely run out of time, how is lovely wife Beth doing?
She's doing all right, man.
Now, how does she react when she sees like blood and stuff, and it's like, oh, poor baby? Or how does she deal with all that?
Yeah, it's so funny because like the first time I got cut, it was like a big thing, and she was worried and this and that, and then like. This time I get cut, and I mean,
suck it up, whatever.
Yeah, she's in the locker room, like with her little camera, like 2 inches from my face. Like I'm like, get the camera out of my face. And she's like, oh, we got to get some pictures for the website. You just relax. I know there's a needle in your head. They're numbing it up. Don't worry, it'll be numb in a second. Taking, with a camera like 2 inches from my eyeball. So she's good with it now. It doesn't bother her.
As always, I can't.
War hardens a person.
Yes. I can't thank you enough for coming in. I know you're pulled every which way, and JT and Jeff, great seeing you guys. And remember AmericanFighter.com and the Cincinnati Karate location in Blue Ash for your local outlet for everything you're looking for. Great seeing you, and I always mean it. It means you spent a whole hour, and I very much appreciate that.
Hey, I love coming in here, man.
I love having you here. You're welcome anytime.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Can't wait to get that action.
I'm gonna get myself a cot and just sleep here.
There you go. Yes, I'll tell you when Casey and I have fights now. I'll be you, and he can be Anderson Silva. And after I've taken care of him, I'll call you and let you know the results.
Okay, perfect.
Like 30 seconds into the first round, he was done.
There's not a Henderson one yet, is there?
Yeah, the Henderson one has a big thumb, so it can poke you.
His head is oversized, so it can headbutt you. Yeah, I don't know that. Like I said, that may have been my fault.
Yes,
I know my eyeball didn't run into his finger. That's for sure.
I know you got to run down the hallway. Great seeing you.
Yeah, it's good seeing you.
Thanks, Rich Franklin in studio. Take a time out. Come back.